Welcome back to Inside the World.
Woof, woof, woof.
What kind of dogs are we at the dog shelter?
No, we're in a plague house and all the dogs are sick.
That is true. If you cannot tell from our voices, everyone here is sick except for
I'm feeling great.
well,
He's a different kind of sick.
He hasn't made out with us that often.
All right, today we're going to go over every AFC team, and we're going to see their likelihood on making the playoffs. This whole season has been crazy, both AFC and NFC-wise.
Tight race. AFC is super tight.
Yeah, we were just looking into this. So we go up to the Dolphins. What number is that? 13. They technically have a chance to make it to the playoffs.
Well, what about the teams
Five-game
below
win
the
streak.
Dolphins? Hold on now.
The Jets. Okay. Make a case for the Jets. What's their percentage? You have
Okay,
it.
so we got all the percentages here.
Yeah.
Obviously, Texans is a literal zero.
A 0%.
Absolutely no
Wait, real
chance.
quick, they're the first team eliminated. The Lions still have a chance. There's apparently 62
Yes.
things that had to happen yesterday for them to not be eliminated,
They're
and they
still
all
alive?
happened.
no.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Wait,
actually.
62.
I seen a
things?
TikTok on that. They're like,
Holy
Is it 62
crap.
total throughout the season or just
no, literally yesterday for them not to
Oh.
be eliminated. I don't know how that's
Actually.
possible because 62, that's a lot
Wait,
for 1 week of football.
on Monday or Sunday?
So, like all week 13.
TJ,
I've
you
seen-
sound great, by the way.
It was
Holy
like
crap.
CBS, and it was like, or whatever. It was some Instagram page, and it was like the road to Detroit making the playoffs. And it was like just the ridiculous amount of things that would have to happen each week. It's like every team has to do something every week for
Hey,
them
somehow
to make the
they're
playoffs.
alive, and
That's
Houston,
amazing.
who has an extra win,
That's amazing.
is out.
Okay, so let me just say this. All of these percentages are brought to you by NewYorkTimes.com.
Thank you, New York
Okay.
Times.
Thank you.
So the New York Times says Jaguars,
Yes.
0% chance.
Oh!
Meaning
Wow.
that whoever made this list would put their child's first name on the line and let me name their first child
If the Jaguars
if
make
the
it.
Jaguars made the playoffs.
I
That's
get
how
that.
confident they are.
Yeah. I mean, they're also 2-10. It's not looking hot for them.
It's never zero.
Roger
you know?
Goodell made this.
It says actual literal 0 on that list. The Jets. Oh, man, I feel like it's going to be similar. Oh, it is similar. Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
well, let's. Do any of us think that the
No.
Jaguars are making the playoffs?
No.
No.
Playoffs?
Okay.
No.
I would put so much money on that if I believed they would.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can. You could put
You
like
can.
100K down to win like $10 if you want to.
But I don't. What?
No, for them not. He's saying
No,
if-
for them
if
to make
they
the
would
playoffs.
Oh,
100K
you put like
when-
you can
when
put like
you
a
got
dollar
nice
down to
money.
win like freaking probably like 10,000 if you want to.
It's not horrible.
Hey,
Hey,
actually.
dude. Or would you rather put it on the Jets, who's also a 0% chance to make the playoffs? With a 3-9 record, you might as well. They have one more win.
They do have one more away.
One more win.
I don't think either of these teams are making.
If
it
you
to
had
the
to pick a
playoffs.
team,
If I had to pick a team,
Jets.
well, you
Jets.
got to go with the Jets because they have the one-up win.
It's not only that.
I guess, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jaguars have a lot of injuries that
All
they're
right.
dealing with. So
They have Urban Meyer sticking his finger up people's
Okay.
butts.
So now we got those bad 3 teams out of the way.
Bad
Things
3
can
teams.
get yeah.
Oh, you said Texans.
Things have a potential chance to get interesting.
they do.
The Dolphins,
Okay.
who
5-game win streak.
yeah, so
Nuts.
I'm gonna just say it. I feel like the Dolphins have a better chance to make the playoffs than the Broncos and the Browns.
Wow. Okay.
In my
Yeah,
opinion,
I don't disagree
especially
with
the
that.
Browns with the division that they're in.
Percentage, yeah.
So percentage chance for the Dolphins to make playoffs 6%,
Wow, that's low.
less than 1% to win the division.
Let's have
Okay, so
5.
the schedule is Jets,
Win.
Saints,
Mm.
Titans,
win.
and then Patriots.
Wow. I mean, they could win 3 out of this. I mean, they could win all of them technically.
Well, I mean,
Patriots are a divisional game.
sure.
Is
Do
9
they-
and 8 enough to make the playoffs?
Do they have to win out?
I'm gonna say
If they
Nine-
beat all those teams, what would they be?
Then they'd be 10 and 7, which to me that's a playoff record right
I
there.
think you need 10 to make the playoffs this year in the AFC.
Let's say because you're competing with the Colts, you're competing with the Steelers at this
I
point.
think
Like,
there's gonna
there's
be
a lot of other
I
teams
can
that
see
have
there
to
being
lose to.
multiple 10 and 7 teams. Like I think that's the minimum you have to be,
Yeah.
and you might still not make it. I think
It's gonna come down.
tiebreakers.
It's gonna come down to tiebreakers.
What about 10-6-1?
wow?
You know what?
Yeah.
That one can F somebody pretty hard.
Hey, look, if 10 and 7 can make it, 10, 6 and 1 would make it.
Yeah.
That's
That's
true.
better.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's better,
All right.
baby.
Do any of us
Hmm.
think that the Dolphins are going to make it to the playoffs?
Man,
Let's look through some of these other teams and then decide.
I want to say no.
yeah, like
but
realistically,
man,
you want to say no, and
They are just hot right
other
now.
teams above them have tougher
Because-
schedules though.
Yeah.
bro, they're gonna have to win.
Yeah.
So they're on a 5-game win streak and have 4 games left. They'd have to win 9 out of their last 10.
They're on a bye week this week, so rest up. You know.
Which honestly, with that schedule, it seems doable. Derrick Henry's out for the Titans, and then obviously the Patriots are going to be a tough matchup, but that's a divisional matchup. And then what? The Jets. And who else? Oh, Saints.
Saints,
Which
yeah.
Saints are, who knows if Alvin Kamara comes back.
I'm not gonna roll them out. I'm gonna say no though, man. They just dug themselves too big of a ditch.
I think.
I feel like it's better
Yeah.
than a 6%
I-
chance.
I
Can I
agree,
say
yeah.
that?
I
I
gave it
agree.
more of like a 40. Honestly.
I would-
What?
That's a lot.
40% chance to make
Wow.
the playoffs?
That's
What are you
Oh.
giving the Colts then?
Dog. Then what are you gonna give what are you gonna give the Colts, the Steelers, the Bengals? You give them a better chance than all them?
Yeah, because that might give them more of like a 50-50 to make it. Whereas like
Yeah,
the,
but
the
you can
Dolphins
realize
is
not
less
all
than
these
that.
teams can make it. You can only pick like
yeah,
two of them.
that's right. They can all make it. Shoot.
I was gonna say like
Shoot.
10%.
wait.
Oh,
not
they
the
all
teams can
don't make it.
They can't all make the playoffs.
So like they
I can't
can't
tell if
all
you're being
make it.
sarcastic now or not.
They don't
he's
all
being
make the
sarcastic.
playoffs.
I think
No,
he's
believe it or not, they
I
don't.
thought everyone got a shot at it.
Dang, I thought like Jacksonville was in the
Besides the
playoffs.
Texans at this point.
But if you said 40% for the Dolphins to make it, then that means
You only have 60% left.
you only have 60%
No,
left.
that's not how that works.
That's not how that works.
You have 60% left for each of the two wild card spots left.
I don't think
that's how that works.
No.
You can't say that they have a 40% chance
But
to
I did
win,
say it.
and then
Yeah,
you
'cause,
can't say
like-
the Steelers have a 50% chance to win, and the Colts have a 50% chance to win, and the Bengals have a 50% chance to win.
But
That
every
doesn't-
team
No,
has
it's
their
not
own-
a pie. You don't
Yeah.
just divvy it up.
Yeah,
Every
it's not
team
a
has their
pie,
own
but
odds.
40%.
No,
is
that doesn't
pretty
make any
high.
sense. You got to like think about this for a second. That doesn't make any sense.
No, but every team has their own odds. There's no pie. There's no pot. You don't take everything out of the whole thing.
What you're doing is the odds of everything that needs to go right for them actually happening. What are the odds?
No,
of
they're-
everything
they're-
going right for them?
It will add up to 100%
No.
this list.
for the wild card. For
That
the wild
list?
card. Yeah.
So if you take every percentage, it adds up
Okay.
to
Well,
100.
there's more than 100. There is more than 100% if you're talking about non-wild card games and like other teams making it in.
Is this what the New York Post Live did? Is that why we're going off of it?
You guys are tripping, cuz. Ain't
All
no
right,
way they have
anyway.
a 40% chance to make
No,
the
you're
playoffs.
right. You're right. You're right.
I think that's
a little
high. I think it's high.
But anyways,
What about the Broncos?
I'm
What's
still
the
mind blown that
percentage?
they all can't make the playoffs.
Their schedule's looking very favorable there for them, to be honest. What are the Broncos' schedule looking like?
That's
Who
what
they
I'm
got?
wondering.
Hey, not too good.
So
Oh, really?
The Chiefs.
Oh,
No, sorry. Well, yeah, the Chiefs.
okay.
They got the Lions. Okay, hey, they beat the Vikings.
All right.
I don't very know. The Bengals,
Oh,
the Raiders,
oh,
and the Chargers.
wow.
now
I don't like their chances because 3 of their last 5 games is divisional games, and
Dude, the
that's-
Dolphins have a bye.
Yeah, this week.
Wow. Okay.
So let me ask you guys this: what percent chance do you think New York Times gave the Broncos to make the playoffs?
They're going to give them higher than a 10%. Actually, no.
No, I would
I'm gonna
say 8.
I'm gonna say
4%.
This is all like based off of numbers. I don't think this is opinionated whatsoever.
4%.
I'm gonna go.
8.
I'm gonna. Oh wait, you said 4.
I think they gave it higher than what was the Dolphins percentage?
6.
Oh, 6. I thought
Yeah.
that was
I think it'd be higher than
I'm
the
gonna
Dolphins.
go.
I'm telling you, this is like all based off of like statistics. I think.
Statistics. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say. Wait, you said 4. You said 8.
I think
Yeah.
it's lower because of their schedule.
I'm gonna
I
go.
like their. I like see like right here. I like the Dolphins' chances more than the Broncos.
I'm
just
gonna-
based off the
I'm
schedule.
I'm gonna go 13. I'm just gonna say they went high on it.
22%
Wow.
chance for the
No
Broncos.
way, bro.
See, it should not be that big of a gap between the Dolphins and the Broncos.
I really shouldn't.
Man,
It
I thought
shouldn't.
for sure the Dolphins would be higher.
Well, I think the main reason is because of how tight that division is. They can technically still beat out the Chargers, and they're ahead of the Raiders. And they probably did they play the Chargers again?
Yeah,
That's probably why.
they play all of them again. Their division.
Yeah, that's probably why.
I mean, it's not insane, but at the same time, I feel like they don't have better. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind
I
of
don't know
a
if the
no go
Browns
for the
will.
Broncos.
No,
Sorry.
Yeah. They've done better than I thought they would, actually. I kind of thought they were going to fall off of their little win streak in the beginning of the
Yeah.
season. but-
Okay. So
The Browns. I'm just gonna say this right now. The Browns are gonna lose this week.
Who they playing?
the Ravens.
They play themselves. It's a bye
That's
week.
Oh, it is a bye week.
Oh, and then they play the Ravens.
Yep.
So they're gonna lose.
Who they're
twice.
favorited to win that game, actually.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
3-point favorite to win that game,
Well, they
according
were
to.
already on their bye week. These are the teams that they played this week. Week 13's over. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
so they
no.
already had their bye week.
Okay, yeah.
And they lost.
They play the Ravens. Play the Ravens this upcoming week,
They
and they're
play the
favored. to win.
Ravens, the Raiders, the Packers, the Steelers,
Wow.
and the Bengals.
That's tough.
They're losing.
Okay, so the Browns also have a 22% chance to make the playoffs.
How?
Well, I mean,
No, like, I get what you're saying, but do you actually believe that?
No.
Looking at that schedule.
And the way they've been playing.
22 is not like a high
But
percentage.
think it's
compared
less-
to the other teams
Do you
that
Now
we
we're
talked
at-
about.
Worst
I
chance
thought
of
the Dolphins was low, but I feel like these two are fair to say. I don't
Man, looking
think
at
there's
that
anything
schedule,
wrong with
man,
that.
I don't see them winning more than one or two of those games.
But we're
Well,
at-
the difference is they have the highest likelihood out of those teams to win the division still. which is at 10%, which probably is the reason why it bumps it up.
Yeah, maybe.
But now we're at 50%.
Because we're talking Dolphins. They don't even know if they can beat out the Patriots. I mean, the Patriots have to dump off crazy.
yeah, well,
Yeah, they're not winning
the Bills.
division.
The Bills could technically mess it up for themselves.
Well, yeah, but the Patriots are probably going to win that division after.
Oh no, absolutely.
last
But
night.
again, you don't need
hold on.
to win the
Hold on.
division.
They
to
still play
make
each
the
other
I
playoffs.
said,
again.
I said probably.
They play each other.
They also have a 2-game lead now, do they not?
You watch that game?
One. Yeah, it was close and it was windy as heck.
Yeah.
Do they have a 1 or 2? Because I know they
I
were.
thought they
above
already had a
before.
1-game
Yeah.
lead.
All right, everybody calm your pants. It's 9-4 Patriots, 7-5 Bills.
Yeah. Okay.
One game because the Patriots didn't have a bye yet. I don't think.
So it's 1.5 actually.
Yeah.
1.5. All right, Browns. I'm saying out.
I'm saying they're
Yeah.
out.
Out.
They're coming last in the division.
Oh
Yeah?
well, yeah. I
Real
hope so. That means
possibility.
because the Steelers are there right now.
Yeah, all right, Chief.
All right. Actually, no. I guess the Browns are there right now, technically, huh?
What?
Last
they're
in the
last
division?
right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're last in the division.
All right.
The Raiders.
Raiders. We're talking 13% chance to make it.
13% chance.
Oh,
So
so
there's going down.
They have the Chiefs, the Browns, the Broncos, the Colts, and then they finish out with the Chargers. I don't.
I'm not vibing with the Raiders anymore, man.
I'm not.
I got
Hot start.
Yeah.
I got them out.
They could still win versus like some pretty good teams, but like
I don't see it.
they're not an actual threat, are they?
No.
I gotta be real. So far, man, the Dolphins are looking like the best odds in my opinion. So far with the teams we've gone over, right now.
I mean, I don't know about best odds, but maybe
I-
like you like them more than
Yes. Yeah, I like them more than the others.
Yeah, I do too.
So far,
I don't like them more than the Broncos.
But remember,
No.
there's only 7 total spots here.
you're right.
There's a lot of teams
Wait.
in contention.
You're right.
Joe, stop trolling, bro.
I thought they all made it.
You're hilarious.
I don't know. I see the Raiders winning like 2 more games this year. Honestly,
I mean, yeah, like a 8-9 or 9-8,
Yeah.
something like that, kind of makes sense. I'd say 8-9 makes the most sense
this
to me.
is
for the
where it
Raiders.
gets interesting right here. I tell you.
Okay, it does get interesting actually. This is gonna. I'm looking at these percentages and whatnot, and they seem a little funky. Some of these seem a little bit weird to me. But look, this was updated as of yesterday by New York Times, boys.
New York Times.
Okay,
Pretty big.
here's where
pretty
we're
big
at with the
spread.
Colts. 56% chance to make the playoffs.
Wow.
5% chance to win the division over the Titans.
5% chance.
The
to win.
5% because their
Schedule.
schedule is
Okay.
very
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
But they're scheduled. So they're on a bye this week.
Yep.
And then, so they got 2 games that are tough. They got the Patriots, then they got the Cardinals
Mm-hmm.
on Christmas,
Oh.
and then they finish out with the Raiders and Jacksonville.
Also, going to throw it out there. They're saying Colts 2% chance to make it to the Super Bowl.
That's higher than
2%
one.
chance.
2%.
Is this the first Super Bowl odds?
No, the Broncos had a 1% chance.
Okay.
Wow. I think the Colts do have to win 3 of these 4.
Yeah.
They got to win at least. I say they win 1 either against the Patriots in Arizona, then they finish out winning against the Raiders in Jacksonville.
Because you can go ahead.
Who do you think they're more likely to beat? The Patriots or the Cardinals?
Who do you think they're? Oh, they play the
Colts.
Patriots and the Cardinals.
Back to back.
No, New England.
I don't know, man.
I don't know
I don't
either.
think anymore. I don't. I was leaning Patriots before, but I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
Nope.
I actually don't know who.
A low-scoring New England game.
I could see it mattering more for the Patriots, so them wanting to win more than the Cardinals.
That's so tough, man.
That is tough. I actually
know.
don't know.
Because if you go on FanDuel and you want to bet on the Colts making the playoffs, it's plus 100. So it's even. It's like a 50-50 shot
Wow.
for them if you want to do that.
That's what we should have went off of.
Yeah, I mean,
Betting
could
odds.
have, but it would have got really confusing
Oh, you're
though
right.
for everybody. So we said no.
I think the Colts. I'll hold it. I'll hold it. I don't,
We're gonna have to make these decisions like after we
wanna
go through
see-
all the odds,
Yeah.
look through all the
Exactly.
schedules.
Exactly.
Okay, so who's after the Colts? The Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
This is gonna come surprising. This
Uh-oh.
is coming surprising to me. And
You
this is the first one I really don't like because of
Higher
one
than
team.
50, I bet.
Odds to make the playoffs.
Yes.
20%.
Oh, wow.
Lower than the Browns at 22%.
Wow.
The Browns have a 10% chance, according to New York Times, to make the playoffs or to win the division. Steelers have
Wow.
a 5% chance to
Wow.
win the division.
What's the Steelers' schedule look like?
Minnesota,
Okay.
Minnesota,
Titans,
Titans, Chiefs.
Browns, Ravens.
Wow. Well, I
Dude,
could
they
see.
can beat the Vikings.
It doesn't look
I
as
don't-
tough as it did a couple weeks ago.
No, it doesn't.
I don't know. I don't.
Specifically because the Vikings lost to the Lions, which makes that game seem a little bit more soft. I mean,
Don't overlook that game. I'm
no,
telling you
no
right
kidding,
now.
no kidding. I hope the Steelers don't because they always
I don't
do.
know who I'm picking to win that.
What
And then
did
the
you-
Titans have lost a ton of pieces.
What did you want the odds to be?
I mean, I want it to be 100.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I-
What
did
did
you-
I expect them
I
to be?
expect
you
it to be at
expect it?
least like 40, maybe. I mean,
40, around 40. I'll say closer to like 35,
lower than
40.
the Colts, but higher than like the Browns and the.
I mean, just looking at teams that are
Broncos, I don't
playing,
know.
I like their schedule way better. Well, not way better. I like their schedule better than the Browns' schedule.
Like I said, Steelers,
think
I
it
watched a bunch of media stuff. They got no love for beating those Ravens, man. People are like, yeah, they won. Don't care. That's literally like, no, everybody was like just hating on them still.
It's
They're
still an
calling-
uphill
Which I
battle.
get because, again, the Ravens, dude, that's a game that they fight for, and then they play teams like the Vikings or so. I mean, we'll see if they can be consistent with it.
Man,
Yeah, I
That's
just
what I'm
think that
afraid
This
of.
is the one that I hated to be the Steelers, but like this just seems a little bit low.
I heard people saying that they shouldn't even be wanting to win these games. They're like, oh, you guys want Kenny Pickett or
Wow.
a good QB. You guys
Wow.
got to start losing.
Hey.
Screw you guys. We have a shot to make the playoffs. We want to go for it.
All right, so who's
A-holes.
after the Steelers? Who's after the Steelers? Who we got?
All right, so now we're in these are teams that are in the wild card.
What's their? Do they have a percentage of making the Super Bowl?
Less than 1%
Less
for the
than
Steelers.
1%.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
fair.
less than 1%.
All right, so 7th seed.
Wow.
Wow, the Bills.
Bills.
Who would have
at-
seen this, though, yeah? Huh?
Nope.
Huh?
Okay. Percentage chance to make the playoffs, 77%
That's fair.
for the Bills.
Yeah.
They're giving them a
Whoa.
7% chance to make it to the Super Bowl.
Wow, I wonder what that was at the beginning of the year.
They were like a
What did you
favorite,
think of
dude.
this
I mean,
game?
Yeah,
like
they're
this
favored.
game versus the Patriots.
It's so hard.
Okay,
to,
so
was such
the
an
win
anomaly.
was a huge factor, but I will say the fact that Mac Jones only threw the ball 3 times, the running back should be suspended.
That's
if you think
hilarious.
about
Why
it.
did I know that was going to happen? You know what? I'll suspend that running back in the franchise as soon as Madden adds 50-mile-per-hour winds that makes the ball go like 100 miles per hour out of
I
bounds.
didn't-
That'd be kind of cool.
I didn't
That
know
would
who
be cool.
Stevenson was before that game.
He's-
but
he's a
watching
rookie
him
couple
running
good
back,
games.
really
he had a
good.
Lucky
really
the
he had a
Patriots
really
this
good preseason.
Yeah.
I want to say this about this game. That win played against the Bills heavily because we all know that the Bills are a passing team.
Yeah, for
They're
sure.
not a running
They
team.
were still passing
Dude,
the ball.
Stephon Diggs had a
But-
touchdown, but it was a deep one. Dude, the ball was just curving in the air and he lost it.
But that's a weakness. If they can't run the ball, that's a weakness.
It is.
of them.
It's a weakness.
right.
That game
And you're right.
specifically.
That's been a weakness, in my opinion, since the beginning of the year. That's why I said they relied too much on Josh Allen. They don't have
And
a run game.
The thing is, too, Patriots' red zone defense is so good.
Bills defense.
Yeah.
If they're so good, how
Yeah.
and you know New England's just running it down after down after down, and yet
Here,
they
wait.
can't stop. They're getting huge gains
Was
too,
Was it?
They had one really big touchdown early.
dude. They
No,
had some
dude,
good gains though. It wasn't
they-
even just that.
I just
So-
want to see how many yards they had total.
I don't know exactly total yards. New England ran it 32 consecutive times.
Yeah, I mean,
You gotta
that's-
find-
Was,
you
is,
stop- you
is
gotta
that
stop.
30
Is that the
32.
Bills' defense not being good, or is that the Patriots' offense just being that good?
I mean, listen,
That's just, if you run it that many times, you got to figure something out.
that got to be the Bills' defense not being all there. I'm not saying that the Patriots' run game isn't there either, but man, 32 consecutive times on them kind of just.
Yeah,
That's
that,
why-
that would be on the
over 'em.
Bills. That would be on the Bills.
Harris had 10 runs for 111 yards. He got injured. He was out like the second
Yeah.
quarter or
Yeah.
something like that. And then Stevenson had 78 yards on 24 attempts.
Wow.
And then
Which, like-
Brandon Bolden, I don't know who the heck that is, had 28 yards.
Like that's not exactly a crazy clip for like average yards per carry. We're talking 3 yards a carry.
well, Damian
Mac
Harris
Jones
had
was
10.
2 for 3 for
he broke
19
off
yards.
a massive touchdown.
He had like a
run.
60
Still averages
something
out
yard.
10.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
okay,
you're
okay.
right. It's not that many, but I'm telling you, I was watching that game. They had like 8-yard runs at a time. Like they were just breaking
they were.
off.
His average was 11.1 yards.
Yeah, Stevenson was
he-
3.3.
Yeah, so but I know, but
10
Harris had
attempts.
like a
You're right,
massive
you're right. I'm
touchdown
just
run.
saying, yeah.
So
I don't care. You run it that many times and you can't figure out how to stop that.
Josh Allen threw it 30 times for 15 completions,
He threw it 30
145
times.
yards.
Oh my gosh!
Not
Yeah,
more than that. To be
30 to
honest.
3. Are you kidding me?
Singletary
wonder.
ran it 10 times, had 36 yards, and then Moss ran it 8 times, got 21 yards.
I mean, what New England did was definitely impressive, but
Oh, for
I feel like they had a way better game plan with the conditions that were
Well,
out there than the
so-
Bills had.
Me and Joe were watching the game last night, and I looked over and I was like, dude, this is like Pee-wee football. Like, we're just going to run it every time.
They
It's
just
like
run the ball
one
every
crazy
time.
pass.
Yeah.
That's it.
Bro, that's exactly
run the
what
ball,
happened.
run the ball, run the
Oh
ball.
man.
Yeah.
Oh
I
man.
mean,
Yeah. That's a really good analogy right there. All right, so we got the Bengals up next. Is that next?
Bengals up next.
All right, so they're giving the Bengals a 51% chance to make the playoffs, 25 to win the division over the Ravens,
Okay.
2% chance to make it to the Super Bowl.
Wow. All right.
So they got the 49ers this week.
Tough game.
Toss-up.
Broncos,
Yeah, you're right. But
Ravens, Chiefs, and Browns.
That's
it's
tough.
not easy.
I see them
That's the
winning
toughest
at
schedule yet. I think
least
so. Yeah, 'cause
3 of those at least minimum.
You can't throw the
You can
Broncos
see
out.
them winning at least 3 of them?
Yeah, they can win more, but I see them winning.
Would
3
you be
games.
surprised if they didn't win at least 3 of them?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
They got to beat.
I wouldn't be
know the
entirely
Browns
surprised.
They got to beat the Browns. They got to beat the Broncos.
They got to beat the Browns. Is that hard?
And I guess you're right. The 49ers, that's definitely tough. Ravens will be
49ers are tough. You can't even throw the Broncos game out the
I
window.
mean, they
can't.
stomped on the Ravens, but that's still a divisional
Yeah,
game.
you're right. Browns again. Browns beat them.
I could see.
I think
dude,
they'll
I could
win,
see them.
but-
if they beat those teams and they beat the Ravens, would they come in first?
See, it's kind of
Correct.
crazy
Well, yeah, I
because
guess
I
so.
seen the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Browns winning 3 games also, and I kind of see the Bengals winning 3 games here. So that kind of leaves everything the same.
Man.
I
Dang,
could
the
see
Bengals
Ravens
are...
would now.
I thought the Bengals were like really safe, but this is way more of a toss-up. And now looking at their schedule,
Well, the North, the rest of their schedule is tough all around. I think the Ravens have a tough schedule too.
Yeah, they do.
no doubt
I
about
said,
that.
we
The
could draw.
Steelers losing to the Bengals twice.
Yeah, but like the Bengals are not only fighting with the Ravens to try to win the division, they're fighting with all these other teams.
You're right.
That like the Titans have way easier schedule.
Well,
You know,
here's
they
the
got
thing.
the Colts.
I mean, if the Bengals beat the Ravens again, are they pretty much guaranteed the number 1 seat?
Well, I mean, not guaranteed with how many games
Depends
are
on
left.
the record, but
I think they would jump them, right? Because it's a
would have
one-game
to.
lead
They
from
would
the
have 2
Ravens.
games over 'em.
Yeah, so they would take the lead over them. But with all the games that are left that are tough, I mean, you can't really count that.
I wonder if that's why their odds are so high.
Yeah, dude, the AFC North, I'm just looking at between all the teams, like there's no division that's as tight between all 4 teams. It's kind of nuts,
the whole
actually.
division can have a winning record.
Like
by
everybody
the
has
end of
over
the
a
season.
20% chance to win the division in the AFC North. So, I say Bengals. Man.
So-
Okay, I say Bengals make it. Because I
Somebody's-
like them more than the Chargers.
I agree.
Who's
Is there
up
a
next?
chance
Okay.
3 AFC North teams make the?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Wild
If
card.
the Bengals make it, do the Steelers make it?
Or do you think 2 are gonna make it?
I only see 2.
Oh,
making it.
man.
I think it's probably.
I think the Bill... Okay, does anybody have the Bills out of the playoffs?
I
No.
don't. I could see. I just don't think their schedule's
I
tough
tell
enough.
you. Yeah, you're right.
Like it could happen, but I don't see it now.
No,
The
man.
2 teams,
I-
in my opinion, that can miss are the Chargers and the Bengals, which leaves 2 spots to 2 teams
Could
below
miss.
them open.
I think it's going to be the Chargers and the Ravens.
Okay, yeah,
I
okay.
like the Bengals more than I
Okay.
like the Ravens right now.
I mean, I do too, actually,
Yeah.
but I want to see it. We'll get to the Ravens schedule
Yeah,
so we can
no,
really
I
kind of
agree,
dissect
but-
that a little bit. Man, honestly, the only one that I'm like, oh man, there might only be 1 spot open. That might be the Chargers spot, but they just beat the Bengals though.
Exactly.
Man, that's crazy.
Welcome to
That's
this
crazy.
crazy
This is going to be
season.
tough. These teams that are in right now, I know it's really tight, but it's going to be tough to find your way
I
in.
mean,
Yeah.
you realize like you're going from the number 1 seed. That's not like our four losses, and then it's just 5 losses going like down the board for a while. 6 losses. It's so
Yeah,
tight. The whole conference is just
Yeah.
so
I mean,
close.
in my opinion, aside from the Colts, like if the Colts were in the Chargers spot, like I wouldn't change anything with my prediction on who's going to make the playoffs.
So you would keep it how it is right now.
I would change the Chargers and the Colts. That's
Okay.
it. And that's even skeptical because the Colts' schedule is like really tough. Well, okay, so who's next? The Chargers are actually next. So let's go ahead and see what their schedule looks like. This is a little bit aggressive. 63% chance to make the playoffs
Wow.
for the
Well,
Chargers.
They got the Giants this week,
Okay.
the Chiefs, the Texans, the
Wow.
Broncos, and the Raiders.
Okay.
Checks out.
That's a soft
Checks out.
schedule right there.
Yeah.
That's
Checks out.
soft. So, like, I would say you got 3 wins. Like, you should definitely have 3
I mean,
wins.
there's 2 divisional, man. They
Well,
got to win at least 4 of
You
these.
said that they definitely have 3 wins.
They should definitely have
Like,
3
yeah,
wins.
Giants,
And at this rate-
Houston.
I mean, Giants and Houston right there, and then you
I
could
don't know, Broncos, Raiders.
But
I
I-
mean,
you
it's-
can win one of those
Oh,
games
yeah, they
versus the
should.
Broncos or
At
Raiders.
this rate, though, 3 wins is going to put them in the playoffs.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So now
That's why their odds, that
I
does
don't know
not
because
seem
we
low to
see
me.
so many
Or
of these
high to me.
teams getting 3 wins. It's going to come down to so many tiebreakers.
I know
Like,
we're saying 3 wins. Like 3 wins is just a cakewalk. It's not a
It's
cakewalk. I
Against the
mean,
Texans, what else was it? Texans, Jaguars.
no, it's
Giants.
Giants, Texans, Chiefs, Broncos, and Raiders.
I think honestly,
They'd
So
win
three
one game. They'd have to win one of
They
those
should
divisional
win
I
games.
can
four
see
of
them
these.
winning 4 of that.
They
Yeah.
should win 4 of these. Will
Which is-
they?
which
I don't
is
know.
I think. What was the percentage again?
63.
I think honestly that's a little low.
And they actually have a 25% chance still to win the AFC West over the Chiefs, according to New York Times.
Oh.
What is
Yeah.
the Chiefs percentage then? Because they're up next. And
Are the
what's
Chiefs
their
next?
what's their schedule look
Okay,
like?
Chiefs percent chance to make the playoffs. Now we're talking big numbers. We're talking 90%.
Wow. What a turnaround.
With a 68% chance to win the AFC West and a 10% chance to make it back
So
to the
that's
Super
why
Bowl.
these are people that are projected to pretty much win their division. So their percentages.
Yeah, these percentages are going to go up.
Who are they
What's
playing?
yeah? What's their schedule?
They're pretty tough. They got the Raiders, the Chargers, the Steelers, the Bengals, and then the Broncos.
I mean, it's not the easiest.
Yeah.
Look, the way the Chiefs have been playing, I mean, yeah, they're doing better, but none of these are gimmies. I mean,
They're not gimmies, but what their record is now, it's going to be. I mean, they're going to have to fall off to miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're going to have to fall off.
yeah, no,
I mean,
I see
Yeah.
them staying. There.
what's their record right now, Joe?
8-4?
8-4. I mean, if you really think about it, and
Dude, the Chargers could bump them. They play each other again. I mean, they.
They beat him the first
I'm not
time,
calling the
right?
Chiefs a
Or no,
lock.
I'm sorry, they already played twice. Did they?
I don't want to call the Chiefs
No,
a
they
lock to
didn't.
make it, but there's no way I'm going to say they're going to miss.
Right.
like,
So yeah, they lost
realistically.
to the Chargers already. So I mean, Chargers could still win this division.
This next one is what confuses me.
So what's next?
The Ravens.
Ravens.
They're 8-4. What are their odds?
85%
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah, I do not like that.
You think it should be lower? It should
What
be.
is it? What is to win the
Well-
division? That's what I want to know.
Oh, to win it 60.
That's I think high.
That's high.
That's I think high.
Yeah.
'Cause I could definitely
Right
see
now,
the Bengals.
again, I'm not sure. I'm assuming that all these numbers are just based completely off of statistics.
They have the toughest schedule of the AFC North. No doubt.
Wow.
tougher than the Bengals.
That's crazy.
They have the Browns, the Packers,
Tough.
the Bengals, the
Yeah.
Rams, and then the Steelers.
Oh, that is
Wow,
tough.
That's tough.
Okay, that is tough.
There's no
That's
gimmies.
why I think those odds are way high.
Me personally, I like the Bengals winning this division.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If I had to pick
So
a team,
with
yeah.
that said, with the schedule that the Ravens have,
Dude,
I-
the
they're-
Ravens, man.
are they going to miss the playoffs? Are they a threat to
could.
miss?
It is-
Yes.
yeah.
They
are
lost
correct.
Marlon Humphrey for the season.
Mhm.
Lamar Jackson has been off the past month.
Well, here's the thing too. They already lost to the Steelers once. So let's say they lose some of these games and they lose to the Steelers again. The
could see
Steelers
That's such. They could. That's a very tall task.
You're
I
right.
could see them losing. I mean, I could see them losing 4 of these games. I could see the Packers beating them, the Bengals beating them, the
Right.
Rams beating them. I could see the Steelers maybe even beating them again. I mean,
The Steelers, yeah. I mean, the Steelers could beat them again. There's
They
no
could. It's
question
tough
about
to
that.
beat 'em
All
twice
those,
in the same
it's
year,
so tough,
but-
and with that rivalry for a team to win twice, it does
I could
not
see
happen
them losing
often.
3 to 4 of these games.
Yeah. I mean, oh man. Dude, yeah, 60% seems a little bit aggressive for the Ravens winning the
The
division.
thing is, though, they win. Oh man, see, they're 8-4 though. That's
Or I say they're a game up on everybody
yeah,
else.
Exactly, that's the thing.
So in order for them to get even, they're going to have to lose, and all these other teams are going to have to win also. And now they're even, and now they have the tough schedule. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, look, they're not even favored to win win versus the Browns in this
Yeah.
upcoming week.
They're not.
Not even favored.
No.
So if they lose that game, that number is going to drop off a cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Alright.
no question about that. Also, they're saying 5% chance for them to make it to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
5%.
Is that the highest so far?
No, the Chiefs.
What's the Chiefs?
The Chiefs are 10%.
10%.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Tennessee Titans, number 2 spot.
So this. Okay. So I want to see how you guys feel about it. So what do you think the Titans' chances of making the playoffs are?
High.
High.
It has to be like 80-something%.
I would give them like 90, just because of their schedule, honestly.
85.
Schedule and
And they're like
they're
like
second
3 games up on the Colts.
Let me hit you guys with a break real quick.
seed.
97% chance.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
surprised
I
by
kinda
that.
figured it'd be
Yeah.
high.
Okay. With a 95% chance to win the division, I think that's really where it comes in. And they're still giving them a 6%
I mean,
chance to make it
they're
to the Super Bowl.
8-4.
They're gonna get
What
Henry
are the
back.
Colts? 7-6. So yeah, they're 2 games up. They already lost or beat the Colts twice. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
That was huge.
So they almost lock themselves in.
yeah, I don't see them not.
That's nice.
They play the Jags, the Steelers, the 49ers, the Dolphins, and the Texans.
Because
That's
like
tough.
they
I mean,
play
they
they
got 3 tough matchups in that. They lost to Houston once. Don't
the
see them doing
streak
it
that
again,
they
but-
got on
and the Giants.
kind of did lock them in.
Yeah. It did.
And if it wasn't for that, even if they had one more loss, I would be putting this team on the chopping block.
I mean, without Derrick Henry, yeah.
I'd be putting them on the chopping block, not necessarily thinking that they wouldn't make the playoffs, but I'd consider them as
Yeah.
one of the teams that might have a chance to get bumped by one of the teams
But
that are out right now.
you can't though.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Of course I can't. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but what's the point of saying that?
Because I don't think the Titans are really that great.
You can think that, but if they're
Okay, let's just not even get into that right now because it's not worth it. Okay, Patriots at number 1. 99% chance to make the playoffs.
Yep.
14% chance to make it to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
14.
14% chance. Holy
higher than the
crap.
Chiefs.
Wow.
14% chance.
Wow. I mean, they've been so dominant the past.
And they have the
what,
number
half
one,
of the season?
and they have a bye week right now. So that's. You
And I
you
feel
raise
like
it 'cause
that.
of
I feel like that's pretty accurate.
It's earned. I mean, they earned it. honestly.
74% chance to pretty much beat out the Bills and win that division. The Dolphins still technically have a chance statistically, but it's less than 1%. So we
Yeah,
might
they
be
got
asking
they
for a
got the
ton of things
Colts,
to
the
happen.
Bills, the Jags, and then the Dolphins.
Okay,
That's 3 tough games.
so I'm going to ask you guys, TJ, should any of these teams, do you think at the end of the season any of these teams are going to be bumped out, and if so, who would take their spot?
Bumped out like completely.
Yeah, do you think any of these teams that are in the playoffs right now in the AFC will miss the playoffs?
I think. Sorry, my voice went.
Where'd it go?
I don't know.
Vacation.
I'm gonna say a big one. Like, not that I necessarily think it's gonna happen, but it could happen. Is the Ravens bumping out and the Bengals and the Steelers being in those top 7?
The Steelers going in that spot.
Wow.
Okay.
Do I?
Dude,
think
I
that's
don't
gonna
even
happen?
hate
I don't
that.
know.
I don't even
know.
hate that, man.
It's a big shout, but honestly, it could happen.
Oh, man, dude, this is so tough. What about you guys?
I'm gonna look up one.
My
thing.
bold prediction this year was that the Ravens would miss the playoffs.
That would be awesome.
Dude, if they didn't, dude,
Listen, they've gotten lucky with
they've
games.
gotten
They've
so lucky with games.
what I could.
My
I'm not going to
prediction-
lie. I'm thinking about it now. I
like it.
actually agree with that. I think the Ravens have the highest chance to miss the playoffs
Yeah.
out of everybody.
I agree. I think the Ravens are going to bump down. I think Bengals are going to win the division. I think the Colts are going to fill the spot. That's
Over
genuinely
the
what I think.
Steelers.
I almost.
The Colts have an easier schedule than the Steelers. The Steelers have a tough schedule. That's the only.
Who's
reason
at
why
number
I think-
7? Who's at
Bills.
number?
Bills. Which
Bills.
I almost want to,
Yep.
but they got the Bucks. That's tough.
It's tough.
Then they got the Panthers, Patriots, but then Falcons and Jets. So I see them getting. Nothing's automatic, but they should win 3 games at least, which would put them at 10-7 along. See, this is where it gets interesting though. Is that Steelers beat the Bills?
Yeah.
If it somehow came to a tiebreaker.
But it can't really because
'cause we have that half game.
tie.
Yeah.
Theyd have to tie too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because what scares me about the
Good job.
Steelers
Good job,
is that
boys.
we lost to the Chargers and we lost to the Bengals twice,
Yeah.
which is why I don't have the Steelers making it.
Oh, man. Dang.
Ravens out. I think Colts are going to hop.
I think
into
Colts
the
hop in.
7th or 6th seed.
I think
See,
only
like-
one team is hopping out of this whole picture,
See, that's how I feel too.
and I think the Colts are going to jump in there.
Yeah.
And I do want to pick the Ravens. I just
The thing is, okay, so like the Bengals have been inconsistent.
You're right.
The Chargers have been inconsistent.
Yep.
The Ravens have been winning, but close
Not-
games
not
at the
good.
end and not playing
and they lost
well.
another corner for the season.
Yeah.
And the Bills
Humphrey.
are out of Tre'Davious White for the season.
Mhm.
That's why I think I'm not going to say a lock, but like if I had to lock in teams, lock in Chiefs, lock in Patriots, lock in Titans.
I still think the Chargers have a chance to win that division
I think I mean they do. I don't know, man.
because they beat the Chiefs already.
Yeah. You are right.
Dang, man. So you're giving the Steelers a shot, TJ? What in the heck are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm locking them in.
mean-
Yeah. No, I do give them a shot. Do I?
I give them a shot. I just don't.
Because you said the Colts
See
schedule
it.
is really tough.
No, it's pretty.
No,
simple,
it's not
pretty
as bad. They have two tough. They have 4 games. 2 are tough. 2 are simple.
easy. Yeah. And I could see them winning 3 out of those 4. And again, that's not a gimme. They
It's
could
going to
lose
be,
all
in
4.
my opinion, it's between the Steelers and Colts.
Yeah. And the only reason why I'm picking the Colts is because the Steelers' schedule is harder and that half.
And I need to see the Steelers be
The tie.
consistent.
The
What
thing
the-
is, it's so hard to predict because this season is insane. Literally, the Dolphins are on a 5-game win streak. It's like the Dolphins
That's true
could.
too. Don't
The
forget about
Dolphins could make the playoffs.
Yeah, Dolphins should kick out the Bills.
The Bills could. The Bengals could lose their
I
next
mean, I guess.
all
yeah.
their games. The Chargers could lose. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
The
literally
Chargers
insane.
have a fairly easy schedule, I think. Don't they?
The Titans.
I know
have
they
the
they play
easiest
the
one.
Chiefs.
Which I have a question.
They play
Yeah.
all division, the
Mm.
Raiders and the
Yeah, they got
Chargers too.
the Giants, Chiefs, Houston, Denver, and Raiders.
Oh, so
I'll
they-
be honest, like I'm looking at this right now. If I really had to make a bet on it, I would say it's going to stay as it is.
really stays.
I would too. Maybe the Ravens though, but
I see
No,
the
it's
here's
so
here's my
tough to-
question. This plays into it a lot. Out of those top 7 teams, which one is injured the most?
probably
The
the Ravens.
The Titans, actually.
Well,
Out of what
uh,
teams? I'm sorry.
Yeah, but the Titans.
Yeah, but
only-
the Titans get Derrick Henry back.
Yeah,
it's
you're right.
it's
They're
what
fine.
Derrick
And
Henry.
Julio's
Who
going
else?
to come back, I think.
Yeah, well, what has he done anyway? But
Well, yeah, exactly.
Ah, stinks.
Huh.
And then the Ravens.
Called
Are
that.
next
the
up with
Ravens have. I
Marlon
mean, their running
Humphrey.
backs have been hurt, but they've been able to kind of still be okay. But
I
they have
think-
no corners. I mean, that's
Right.
huge.
I think
Yeah.
whatever team's injured the most, which I think is the Ravens, is gonna do the worst.
All right, let's lock it in right now. I'm saying Ravens are out, Colts are in. Joe, what do you say?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Tommy?
I'm going to say it's going to stay as it is, but if I had to pick one team to miss, I'm going to say Chargers would miss and Colts would go in their spot.
Okay.
I'm also saying stays how it is, but if not, Ravens out, Steelers in.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This season has been nuts, and it continues to stay nuts. Don't forget to check out our NFC, where we go over the full NFC listings and find out who's going to make the playoffs on that side. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.